yesterday.
That doesn't
I understand about the
does
court,
not
but-
include me. And I'm ultimately, at the end of the day, Ms. Hill, another person that makes the call. So I appreciate everything that you have done in terms of that, but please loop the court in, okay? That's all I'm saying.
Day 25 of the Young Thug YSL RICO trial was stupid. The state shows tons of pictures, videos, and tweets that prove Young Thug was part of YSL and the Bloods. We're talking tweets from 12 years ago, videos from 15 years ago. I just don't see how this jury is going to have the patience for all this. This is so stupid. They're not going to put a guilty verdict in my opinion. Maybe like the white old ladies will, but I think majority of people that have a brain don't see this as concrete evidence to put this man in jail for the rest of his life. But comment down below what you guys think. Here we go. Let's get into this video. All right, first look at Thug today. He's got a nice suit on. He's looking real clean today. Today's first person on the stand is a victim of Christian Eppinger armed robbery. Christian Eppinger was 16 at the time. I believe he stole her purse and her keys and everything in her driveway, I think.
I had urinated on myself, and I remember I just handed him the keys, and I remember saying, well, can I at least get my house key? Because, I mean, there was no way for me to even be able to get in the house. I was just standing here. That was the initial reaction. And I literally was like in shock because I couldn't believe that that was happening.
Was he wearing a mask?
No, he was really young. He was black. I can't remember what he was wearing. He was just a black young kid, but I know exactly who he was.
Was that second individual older or younger than the first guy?
He was older guy. He just asked me for my purse when he came up to me because I guess he saw that the younger individual didn't take my purse as well along with the car. So he just made sure to get my purse. But he had the gun to my head as well. It was a handgun.
These boys don't give a shit. They had no mask on or nothing. The jury's definitely going to feel bad for this lady. That's really intense and traumatic.
This way. So they exited out to the left because you could curve around and go back out to the main road that way. They took my statement, to see what happened. I know that they were asking me my license plate number, which I was so in shock I couldn't remember anything really.
So for more context, Christian Eppinger, or YSL Briss, is also the guy that shot that cop in 2022, and a lot of people say that he's the reason why this RICO charge even really happened, because they were like, oh, y'all ain't getting away with this no more. And they put these charges on this gang because of that. Shooting of the cop was like the last straw. Shout out Thugger Daily for this information. Apparently Thug has never even met him either. And he's obviously not on the case anymore because I believe he had a relationship with a damn courtroom deputy. It got exposed from him being on Instagram on a laptop or something. Some crazy shit happened. He had to get severed from the case. But
they found my car and they wanted me to come with them to where the car was. That is Christian Eppinger.
Is that the individual who robbed you, was that?
Yes.
Is that your vehicle back in the cell?
Mm-hmm. They went through the bags and stuff that were in my trunk.
Is that the way that your car looked when you got out there on scene?
Yes, because I just no longer felt safe in that neighborhood. Not only that, with them having all the contents of my information in that purse, I didn't know if they'd come back or, I just didn't feel safe any longer there.
This one event in her life made her have to move. Think about how crazy that is.
Obviously, you wanted Christian Eppinger to be caught for what he had done. Right?
Yes.
Puts the gun to you, correct?
Yes.
The other guy did the same thing as well.
Yes.
That you were taken to the location where your car, as you see, has been crashed or has been off road against a tree somewhere. Christian Eppinger is outside of the car, right?
Yes.
He has obviously been arrested and caught by the police.
Yes.
And you recognized him right away.
Right away.
You recognized him because his face was, he was a kid. You recognized his size. You recognized what he looked like.
Yes.
Do you know Jeffrey Williams?
I don't know him personally, no.
But you know who he is?
But yes.
You know that he is an entertainer.
Objection, Your Honor. This is relevant.
Well, I'm gonna get right to the point.
Okay.
Jeffrey Williams was not at your car holding a gun to you on the day this incident occurred, correct?
That's correct.
Right. You have no reason to tell this jury, no personal knowledge that Jeffrey Williams was in any form or fashion involved with your carjacking on that day, true?
That's correct.
He's doing what any lawyer would do, separate their client from this incident, especially in this RICO charge.
That's all I have for you. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Can't do much more than that.
In fact, Mr. Eppinger, you don't see him in this courtroom. Right?
No.
None of these individuals that are seated in this courtroom, to the best of your knowledge, had anything to do with what happened to you back in 2016. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay.
So powerful testimony. I mean, this lady just said she had one of the most terrifying incidents of her life and peed on herself, had to move. Her children remember it. Her car got stolen. Her purse got stolen. Everything got stolen. But the lawyers did a good job at separating this incident from YSL because there's not really much of a connection. I mean, it's just one dude in YSL trying to rob a lady. I don't see a connection to YSL. I don't really see how this furthers YSL as a gang, but comment down below if you think it does.
While on break, it was brought to our attention, our meaning defense counsel, that the media was instructed by the state to not show the identity of the witness, to not show the witness while she was testifying. The state did not make that request, or should I say instruction. They did not tell defense counsel Just last Friday, Your Honor, we brought to the court's attention that the state and the media were having conversations without defense counsel in reference to who would be shown and who wouldn't. And you instructed us to confer with the state on that Friday, which we did. And it was our good faith belief and understanding that before, if the state objected to the identity of anyone or anyone being shown, that they would include defense counsel in on that conversation, and we would have the opportunity to object.
So this is a defense lawyer saying that someone on the state told them not to film Miss, I think her name was Miss Hill. They weren't supposed to do that. They were supposed to tell everyone, and they just like kind of snuck that in there. But if it were me up on the stand and I got robbed, I would not want to be shown either. So I understand that they're trying to help this lady out, but the defense lawyers just say they have a right to a public trial and they want everything out there, so that's why they're doing this.
Public trial is our clients. It's the defendant's right. And Your Honor, I believe that you agree with that on Friday, and we wanted to bring it to the court's attention.
All right, you need to tell me what you're all going to do, okay?
Your Honor, I believe I provided to the court this morning, as well as to each defense counsel, this list right here that had.
That may be one thing, but I need to know so I can put it on the record.
But this is what we've been handing out, Your Honor. I didn't know, but this is the list that we provided to defense counsel this morning that has 3 individuals highlighted, which are the 3 individuals.
I don't have it. I don't have it. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry.
I don't have any such document. And if you
I
did,
handed it to Ms. Weaver earlier. I thought, my apologies. I handed it, and I thought that it was handed to you. And we do have an additional copy, Your Honor. But this is a practice that we have been doing for the last few weeks, in which the individuals who are highlighted are the individuals that we have asked not to be shown.
okay,
In addition to that,
now, you need to tell me, so it's put on the record.
Yes.
Ms. Weaver has another very important job that she's doing right now, but I need to know so that I can go ahead and put that on record.
and I also emailed this to defense counsel yesterday.
That doesn't.
I understand about the
that
court,
does not
but-
include me. And I'm ultimately, at the end of the day, Ms. Hilton, I'm the person that makes the call. So I appreciate everything that you have done in terms of that, but please loop the court in, okay? That's all I'm saying.
Your Honor, the state thought the court was looped in, but we will make sure that the court is definitely looped in.
All right, okay, all right.
There.
So I'm not going to have this conversation again about not being informed, all right?
That he's already testified and he's already been filmed.
No, he hasn't. He wasn't filmed last time.
He was filmed initially.
He was filmed initially, but we.
Yeah, he was filmed forever ago. I've made 2 videos with Detective Belknap in the videos. Apparently there's no indication of the highlighted papers even saying that means to not film that certain witness either.
I said that's our objection, is that he's already been
I'm going
filmed.
to overrule that. I'll allow him to not be filmed.
Did you learn Christian Eppinger had any social media accounts?
I did.
And what, if any, social media accounts did he have?
He had a Facebook account.
Okay. And how did you know that he had his Facebook account?
I observed it. And the vanity name was YSL Briss. So this would be the top of the Facebook account, the profile picture, and the account name.
Okay. And is that the same account name that you just referenced, YSL Briss?
It is.
All right.
December 21st, 2014. He's making a hand sign.
Okay.
December 21st, 2014. He's posing with his feet and making a hand sign. It says, "Lib shook," with some laughing emojis.
All right.
"You ain't finna get killed." The reply is, "Slime kill people," and "I don't want to fight nobody." This is January 6th, 2015.
And is there a caption?
There is.
And what does the caption say?
"Keep it on me, waiting on a in to try me."
All right.
It's a photograph of Mr. Eppinger, and it appears that there's a handgun in his waistband. It says, "Living life, bro. I'm happy. #ESPN."
Have you seen that hashtag ESPN before?
I have.
And have you seen that associated with individuals or members of YSL?
Yes, ma'am.
And to your knowledge, when it's been associated with YSL, what does ESPN stand for?
It stands for Every Slime Play Nasty.
ESPN is Every Slime Play Nasty. So they're just showing this to the jury. We saw this in one of my last videos when they were discussing whether or not they were going to show it to the jury, but they're showing it. I'm guessing one of these lawyers is going to object at some point, saying relevance or something, because that was their main objection at the time. How are they allowed to show this? This is very prejudicial. Showing someone with a gun, showing all these gun pictures, I feel like is prejudicial towards the defendants when this guy's not even in the f***ing courtroom and shit.
It says, "I'm done talking. Anybody want smoke?"
And is there an image?
There is.
And what is in the image?
It's Mr. Eppinger pointing a handgun at the camera. He has a tattoo that says YSL, although similar to what we discussed before, looks like the S is replaced with a 5.
If this, how did this guy never meet Thug, but he getting YSL tattooed on his face? Like, I don't know how that works. Like, what? Because he's a known associate at least, and they say he's in YSL, but apparently he's never met Thug, so I don't know. Hey, this is Thug's brother in jail. He's saying free him. I think this is them trying to get a connection to Thug somehow, that he's saying free his brother.
It says, "Free you, bitch."
All right. And is there some emojis next to that?
There are.
And what are those emojis?
It's a police officer emoji, a gun emoji, and a 100 emoji.
And is there an image?
There is.
And do you know who that person is?
The fact that he did police officer emoji, gun emoji when he ended up shooting a cop 6 years later is crazy.
Do you know any relation of Mr. Gray? Is he related to anyone in this courtroom?
I believe he is.
Okay. And who's that?
Mr. Williams.
Of course, she asked him who's he related to. They want to make sure the jury hears he's related to Thug.
And are you familiar with any nicknames of Mr. Stevens?
I am.
What are those nicknames?
He's gone by Tick and Slug. The first encounter that I am aware of was in...
Okay, I'll sustain the objection.
All right, Brian's still getting involved, objecting, saying hearsay finally.
During that arrest, they encountered David Stevens, and I was advised of this encounter.
Are there any pictures taken of Mr. Stevens?
There were.
And did you ask him about that tattoo?
I did.
And what was the response that he gave you about the BFL tattoo?
Cases.
Your Honor, Mr. Stevens has testified. He was specifically asked about this encounter within his
I
property.
reverse myself, Mr. Harvey.
He reversed it? He's gonna let him answer that? Oh, they're making Slug look like he's a liar because he said it was bank first, money last tattoo, not blood for life. So maybe in this 2012 interview, Detective Belknap, he said it was a blood tattoo and admitted it. So they're gonna make him look like he's a liar.
What response did he give you about the BFL tattoo?
He told me that it stood for Loyalty Ben First.
Loyalty.
Loyalty Ben First.
Oh no. They got Slug on Twitter saying blood for life. He literally tweeted out saying blood for life with his neck tatted. In court, he said it didn't mean that like 2 weeks ago. Oh no, Slug.
Caption says blood for life, hashtag Blatt.
Okay. And was that different from what he actually told you when you met with him?
It is.
And what was the date that Mr. Stevens posted that on Twitter?
It was June 22nd of 2012.
At that same 2012 encounter, did he have any other tattoos that he explained to you?
He did.
What was that?
He had one behind his right ear that said 75K over 18.
75K over 18 means he had $75,000 the age of 18. In court, he said he never had that much money. So let's see what he says here.
When you met with Mr. Stevens back in 2012, what did he tell you that the 75K over 18 tattoo represented?
He said that it meant that he had $75,000 when he was 18 years old.
Bro got caught lying about his tats, man. He had white hair in 2012. Is that just genetics or something?
He was 19 years old. It's a red bandana that Mr. Stevens had on his person during his arrest.
Okay. Now, looking at this bandana,
So a lot of this is just him confirming gang affiliation with Eppinger and YSL Tick. Slug in front of the jury. It's a little repetitive. Like, I mean, if I were the jury, I'd be like, all right, so what crimes did these boys commit? What evidence y'all got about crimes? Like, let's go.
that would indicate that either the bandana or that hat was merch or merchandise from a concert.
There was not.
Defense was saying a lot of this red bandana and shit was merch, which some of it actually was. They did sell some of it, but...
And around what year did you first hear about Mr. Williams?
I believe in 2010.
Okay. And during that time, were you aware of Mr. Williams as a member of or associated with Rock Crew?
I was.
Okay. And what was your understanding if he was associated or a member of Rock Crew?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand the question.
What was your understanding if he was a member or associated with Rock Crew?
My understanding was that he was a member of Rock Crew. Yes, 2013, I would have known that he was associated with YSL. It was on Tumblr.
Thug had a Tumblr account? How have I missed this? I didn't know this.
And did you see any reference to any YSL membership?
I did. It's a photograph of Mr. Williams and Kenneth Copeland.
Okay.
Now she's trying to introduce videos of Thug, old Rock Crew video that I showed in one of my previous videos from 2009 of them just hanging out in front of like cars and shit. 15 years ago, pretty much. The title of the YouTube video literally says Rock Crew in it. All right, here's the 2009 Rock Crew video that's, I think, still on YouTube because I downloaded it like 2 months ago.
Look, I'm about to say the man that stole his swag, though. My nigga, good self, say he king of white swag, right? You know what kind of lady folks do what doing, though. You take him out, though. Now, he said that he want to go to Wilson on Christian right there.
The fit check is hilarious.
Take his head come from, he don't gotta do what he do. Do what he do, when you walk up. Listen, guys, this is what he does. But he's taking pieces of the
The flip phone is crazy.
Man, we going in like that going on. I believe that.
Who remembers the Razor phones, bro? This joint went crazy back in like 08, 09 or something, dude. Stop playing.
You know this shit. We must wait for that.
See, that guy just threw up a blood gang sign. So connecting Thug to these gang members. So tedious, bro. Like, we get it. What crimes did Thug commit?
In 2009.
All right.
This is the Cleveland Avenue Park. I believe the address is 27 Cleveland Avenue.
Is this an area where YSL members or Rock Crew members generally congregated?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you see or observe him throwing up a hand sign?
I did. It's a hand sign used by blood sets, generally specifically East Side Bloods.
And is that him pulling out that same symbol again?
It is.
All right.
I don't be sipping, bro.
This is such a bad look for Thug, bro. There's like 30 dudes at a circle wearing all red. But does it mean he committed crimes? Who knows, bro? I guess not. Not really.
Individual in the blue cap. Do you know who that is?
I do.
Who is it?
It's Mr. Williams.
And what is Mr. Williams wearing?
He's wearing a white and red shirt and a blue baseball hat.
All right.
Me no niggas, nigga. Real me no niggas. Me no blood, me no glue shit.
Do you know what song that is?
It's Danny Glover.
Okay. And do you know, are you aware of when that song was released?
I don't know the release date. I do believe that it was in 2014.
And are you familiar with who this individual is?
I am.
And who is that?
It's Dwayne Carter.
Okay. And does he have another name that he goes by?
He does.
What is it?
Lil Wayne.
Dwayne Carter, self-identifies as a member of the Blood.
I believe that he does.
He has 5 red 5-point stars across his chest.
Is it more common that criminals tend to hide their crimes?
They do.
Is it more common for criminals to hide their crimes?
Is that different than your experience in dealing with gang individuals who are in gangs?
In some ways.
Okay, when you say in some ways, tell us what you mean.
Gang members also try to conceal the evidence of their crimes. However, they are more likely to post social media posts to make public state.
Ask and answer this.
I'll hold the objection, sir.
This is a private text conversation between him and someone else. This other person expresses their belief that YSL kills people and their fear of YSL. He's now screenshotted this and posted this on social media as a way to brag about how feared YSL is.
Yeah, but that could just be hearsay. Like it could just be rumors. Like, that doesn't really mean anything. Doesn't mean these f***ers like actually killed anyone. Some of them are dangerous, but they could be individually dangerous. It doesn't necessarily mean it was in furtherance of YSL's enterprise, but this is all a clusterfuck. I don't know if I like RICO as a charge in general. So now we got Thug's tweets.
So they say, I love my rock fam, using the term Cleveland instead of Cleveland, and then saying explicitly that it's where the Bloods be.
Okay.
I think I might join Duct Tape because they with the hashtag BS and the hashtag rock with the hashtag BS2, straight, and then 2 up arrows. When he says Duct Tape, he actually, instead of spelling it DUCK, he spells it with a double K, not using the C in duck.
Okay. And what about cause?
And also in cause, and he's got his hashtag ROC within this post as well.
All right. What's the date of 25W?
January 15th of 2012.
And
Excuse language, it says, ain't giving me shit, so I'm not coming nowhere. Yo shit, gonna get shoot up. FR, exclamation point.
Wait, what'd he say? I mean, these tweets are like 12 years old, bro. Like, we're on a trial right now. This guy is they're trying to send this man to prison for life. And they're showing tweets as proof of him just being in a gang right now because it's a RICO charge. Like, it's so corny.
It says, hey, thugger baby, got my whole R05, MD5 behind me, yeah.
And based on your knowledge and experience, any significance of the RO5/MD5?
So this is during a time when we knew that Raise on Cleveland had a partnership and alliance with NDC, which is the most dangerous clique. They came from the Bone Homes area, northwest Atlanta. Both of them were claiming association with a blood gang, so they were replacing the C in their gang acronym with the number 5. So that's where we get the RO5. It says, we literally up, baby, RO5 and MD5, the richest young families out right now.
Is that consistent with what we've already testified?
Yes, ma'am.
But you've already testified, no?
Yeah, that's correct.
He just slipped up and said what we testified to.
It has 2 gun emojis and it says Pistol Pete.
And what, if any, significance is the 2 gun emojis and Pistol Pete?
So Pistol Pete is the nickname for Peter Rollick, the founder of Sex Money Murder, and the 2 guns are the hand sign or the symbol for Sex Money Murder. This says SMM, RO5, MD5, 30D, Holmes, hashtag Chico Talk.
And in your experience, what, if any, significance does this have?
He's strung together this alliance that we were observing at the time between Sex Money Murder, Raised on Cleveland, Most Dangerous Clique, and 30D. It says, salute to all my slimes, all my bloods, all the thugs.
All right.
It says, don't worry if I'm shooting long as you get shot.
Oh my god, dude. This stuff it's definitely not a good look for him. Like, the jury seeing this, it's an old white lady, it's over.
Hashtag YSL, Young Slime Life, hashtag slap. It says YSL gang, Jonesboro South gang, Believeland gang, Rock gang, Free Band gang, 21 gang for life, hashtag no matter what.
You tweeted this in 2018? Come on, bro. Some self-snitching when you're already famous. This whole thing is self-snitching of just him being a gang member, but the real crimes he's accused of, the evidence they have isn't good. Honestly, I don't see this jury putting in a guilty verdict.
It says hashtag blat, hashtag blat, hashtag blat, hashtag blat, hashtag blat. Blood love all the time.
It's Tumblr. Here's the Tumblr page putting up the Rock Crew.
Where you been, and then a B emoji.
And then is there a response to that tweet?
There is.
And what's the response?
It says, Believeland where the bees be.
And based on your experience, is there a significance between the 2 B's that are where the bees be?
Yes, often blood gang members will use the red bee emoji as a way to represent their gang in their tweets.
So now she pulled up the defense exhibit of Thug wearing blue. I think they're trying to show that he's not really a gang member and he can wear any color he wants.
Is your opinion that he identifies as being a blood?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And the fact that he's wearing blue in any of these defense exhibits and he's a blood, is that an issue?
It is not.
Why not?
So gangs represent their gang through the use of specific colors. But certainly in the current time and all over the country, even in California, OGs, members of these gangs will wear different colors, even rival gangs' colors. And they're just not representing the gang through the use of those colors. So it's not one of those things where it's unacceptable for a member of a gang to never wear a color used by another gang.
And have you seen other bloods wear blue?
I have.
Now, let me ask you this. As a gang investigator, do you always take out gang warrants when a known gang member is alleged to have committed a crime?
Relevance and bullshit.
I'll hold the objection.
No, we do not.
And why is that?
The reason is that there's two levels of overruled.
The judge is overruling every single objection here.
Why does the detective do certain things, or why doesn't the detective do certain things? Why does he take out warrants, or why doesn't he take out warrants? Something to that effect. And that's when I asked if we can approach. And the conduct of the police officer in obtaining a warrant should not be before the jury.
But you opened the door as to it during your earlier examinations about several witnesses. In fact, you said, well, you didn't take out a gang warrant, you didn't take on any, call a gang investigator, and you have otherwise put that in issue, along with several things about training of gangs. That's what the court heard. So that's why I allowed it in at this time.
I believe that that's a separate issue. That issue went to...
I'll say go ahead and respond to that, but go ahead and finish your objection, sir.
That goes to a different issue, I believe. That issue goes to what you overruled about other people getting the mindset, which was my objection, of other people or other officers not doing something or not telling the police or not telling the gang unit something. This goes to different. This is this witness. Why does he or doesn't he take out warrants on gang-related cases? And it just doesn't matter.
Okay.
And the conduct of this officer doesn't matter. And it's not, it just should not play in the role of a jury. It bolsters his power as an officer to go to a judge and decide who I'm going to take out a warrant or not. The jurors will decide the indictment.
Overrule Mr. Steele's objection on relevance and bolstering.
Honestly, the defense has opened the door for them to talk about warrants because they did ask about the gang warrants a lot. This trial is very tedious. The tweets are stupid. Everything's stupid. I hate it so much. Especially Thug. Like, there's just not concrete evidence that says this guy should be in jail for the rest of his life, in my opinion. Comment down below what you guys think. Hit subscribe. Love you guys. Peace out.